Rob Swan's life in fishing. So, you're a new age angler, and by that I mean you started off with commercial venues,
Yes.
unlike a lot of sort of the older generation where sort of progressed through the natural side
No
of things.
proper fishing.
Oh, yeah. Back in there when I was on the canal, I caught some roach this big.
Had a gudgeon.
So you dove straight into the
Yeah.
commercial side of things. How was it that you got into fishing, and what's been your journey through it?
Well, there's a bit of a story behind that one, to be fair. I started off, when I moved house, when I was about maybe 7 or 8 years old, Dad was chopping an edge down the road, and I was walking along the path, and there was like a little fishing lure, like for pike. Had no hooks in it. I just found it on the ground. I was just curious, like, what it is. And I asked Dad, and he was like, well, it's a fishing lure. And I was like, well, take me fishing. And it took me a while. I just nagged him for a bit, and eventually we found out there was like a lake about 100 metres down from my house called Lonsdale Park, and it used to be like a day ticket water. So eventually we went down to the shop, and Paul, who owns it, he's sadly passed away now, but he gave me like a whip that I've still got, and he gave me a net and gave me like a little box of maggots, and we went down and I caught like 2 roach, and then from then I was hooked. And then I went there a couple of times, and Dad used to just take me all the time. Then I went to a place called Carlton Hill Fishery, which is like about 2 minutes from my house as well, but it's not a commercial. It's like deep and full of roach and carp in it, and skimmers and all sorts. I used to go there like in the holidays. I go like every single day and just catch roach, skimmers. He's fished pellets and like expanders and micros and stuff for skimmers. I loved it. And I just kept going there. And Chris Wayne, who owns that, it's a mint little fishery. Just used to go there, and that's sort of where I learned. Dad used to take me all the time.
Had your dad fished before that, or
No.
was it you going?
No,
That's
it's just me. Just for like, take me fishing. So I used to like in the holidays. Mum would be after, because mum would take me down in the car because she's a teacher, so she sort of could take me down, just leave me there for the day, and the only way I learned was YouTube, which is massive now, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
and then I used to just go around and just quiz everyone around the lake. I just walk around and say, how do you do this? What are you doing with this? What am I doing wrong? And I think that's the best way to learn. Just ask. Don't be shy. Just ask loads of questions.
I think now it's like, as you say, with YouTube, there's as long as you know what you want to learn,
Yeah.
someone will have done a video on it. So
Yeah.
as long as you've kind of got that,
Initial.
I want to go out and do it.
Yeah.
Then I think it's so easy, to find the information as long as you actually want to do it.
Yeah, definitely. And coming from Carlisle, so obviously you said there was lots of little lakes.
Well, lots to say.
Yeah, 2 lakes to Carlisle. So as you got better and better,
Yeah.
you have done a lot of travelling.
Like,
as long as
yeah.
I've known
I
you.
always remember, like, when I was young, maybe, like, I don't know, going into my teens, like 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, a lot of people would say, no chance getting sponsored here. Like, no one really, like, would notice you're fishing around here. And I thought, that was always my dream, like, to get sponsored and just do well, because I'm, like, driven. I love winning. And that sort of drives me a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be the best. Obviously, I've got a long way to go yet, but you always want to do better than your last time you're out. And so I just always used to go and
So obviously your mum and dad, they've helped out massively,
like,
because
couldn't say thank you enough to them. Like, they literally, the miles me and dad have done. So when I was like, before I can drive now, thankfully, after third time of asking, third
Nice.
try. But I can drive now. But before then, Dad used to just take me once, maybe twice a weekend. Used to travel. We have to travel like to get to Partridge. It's like 2 hours. And
Is he still fishing with you, like, or does he
no,
just
not as much
taxi?
now, because I used to go and he used to fish, but he doesn't go as much because I used to like make him go.
Yeah.
But I think he'll probably go a bit more now.
Yeah.
But once he sorts his gear out, it's just a bit of trash. But hopefully I'll make him come. Hopefully I'll get myself like a van or something, then we can get both gear in.
and you'll start taking him around.
Yeah,
instead.
hopefully, yeah.
Pay the favour.
Yeah, exactly. But just the miles in the early mornings and like
Yeah, we'll be glad of a lie-in at a weekend
exactly,
instead
yeah.
now, won't it?
It's the road trips, and it's just like I used to love it. To be fair, just going all the time. I used to fish with a club.
Yeah.
We used to go every Sunday called Border Match Angling. They sort of travel. They all from like Carlisle area,
Yeah.
where I'm from, and they used to go down and fish like places like the Oaks
Yeah.
and Woodlands, and I used to do quite well there. I think I won like the Winter League and the Summer League, and that was only like 2 or 3 years ago now. But no, them lads were awesome. Like I used to travel in the van with Neil Rudd, Gilbert, and a couple of others, and they used to take me and pick me up from like Penrith and just travel me about, and it's just like everyone's just helped me so much. It's just they don't ask for anything in return. Yeah,
But I think that's probably the best way, isn't it? Where
Yeah.
if you can surround yourself with decent
Yeah.
anglers, it's almost, you see some people where they almost end up kind of stagnating at a level. If
Yeah.
you, like, you could be winning every single club match,
But-
and you almost, once you get to that point, unless you move on to opens,
Yeah.
you kind of stick at that point. But if you're like surrounding yourself with good anglers, in your head, that's the level you want to be at, and
Yeah,
that's what you're
exactly.
working towards.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, they'll do that. They'll win the club match and they don't realise there's a massive gulf between a club level
Yeah.
and then the open level. But you'll fish club matches. Try your luck at an open match, not do very well,
So you sort
get
of come
beat
back,
up,
like,
and you'll be
back
like,
into
yeah,
the
I'll
shell.
back into the club. But it's those who then try and
You
push
gotta
themselves
try and-
on, go to an open, go to another open.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting better here,
Yeah.
and that's how they'll
I
progress.
suppose that's kind of the nice thing about fishing. There's always, you can make it what you want to do. You could, if you just want to go for a 10 peg knock up every weekend and just have a laugh, you're not.
you at Kirby.
You don't have to. 11. Oh, shut up.
Carry on.
Yeah, just go fish 11 peg opens and not even win them. But yeah, it's like you can make it what you want to do. You don't. There's no need to be going out fishing qualifiers all the time if that's not what you
No,
want to do.
yeah.
And there's that diversity with
There's
it
no
as well.
point going if you're not enjoying it. And if you enjoy to go, have a laugh with your mates, win the match, do well,
Yeah.
then that's what you've got to do, isn't it? So, you are a product of the Guru Match Academy.
Yes.
Quickly establish yourself as a key member of the Guru setup, I would say.
Yeah.
Was that the
Yeah,
first
maybe,
academy?
possibly.
you was on?
Yeah, the first
Was
ever
it?
one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You must look back and
Oh.
be so proud of that.
Well, yeah. Like the night, I remember going. Me and Mum travelled up, and we went the night before, and we walked down and watched Will McCranach get
Yep.
the first sponsorship, on the first day because it's like 2 days. They used to run 2 days, back to back at Makins. He won the first one. I was like, I'd never in a million years imagined getting it. I was just like over the moon for him because I used to get. Me and Will get on really well.
Did you know him beforehand, or
I sort of knew him from like Match Academy. No, not the Match Academies. The Match Aid, Junior Match Aid that used to John Portman used to run.
Yeah.
So we used to sort of battle it out on them. I think one year I beat him, the next year he beat me. So we sort of like knew each other.
Yeah.
Then once he got that, we sort of just like came really close.
Yeah.
From being, and then the next day when I got it, it was just, everything just come together on that day. It was just everyone was just having a right laugh. All the gurus are just like they look after you, and it's like probably one of the best things they've done for fishing for juniors.
Yeah,
innit?
definitely.
Like getting a sponsorship deal or a year sponsorship deal, and it could be more.
Yeah, well,
From that.
in your case and
Yeah.
Will's,
3
I think
years.
you said there it all came together, and I think what you were referring to there was they introduced you to myself, and your life changed.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Yeah. Got a couple of features out of it.
Yeah, no, well, in fact, from on the back of the Match Academy, Guru contacted myself and said, "Can you get out with these two lads? They've done this," and I did a feature of
Yeah,
you and
on
Will.
Partridge.
Yeah, and I remember meeting you and just thinking, based on your, I don't want to blow smoke up your ass or anything, but based on your personality, you could just tell you were going to go far. You were likeable, bit cocky, but in a good way. And you could just tell that, like, he's got the character, really.
Yeah, I think
he's got the personality
that's
that he
quite
could go
important
for.
these days.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, how important do you think that's been to,
think
obviously,
very-
after that
yeah,
year,
I
they've
think-
taken you on, haven't
I think
they?
there's like, I think you probably mentioned it in these sort of podcasts. I think with a sponsored angler, there's more things than just going out and winning every week. You got to be really good angler as well, or getting some good results. But I think it's also about how good are you with social media and other things, just are you likable and stuff. Because otherwise, they're not going to sponsor you if people don't like you.
Yeah, I think it's a strange mix of, like, fishing as a whole is kind of, it's quite a solo, like, selfish sort of thing where there's probably quite a lot of introverted people that won't particularly they'll love fishing.
Yeah.
They like fishing on their own, and like look at Andy Power and people like that where they're just a quiet person, and I'm sure he'll admit he's not a massive fan of kind of speaking in front of cameras and stuff like that, and there's probably a lot of people like that. So having someone like yourself who does enjoy fishing and can kind of talk to people,
Yeah.
have a bit of a laugh on camera.
Yeah, I've always been like that. Like,
Yeah.
even when I was younger, it's just, I'd never be scared to, like, go and ask someone a question or how have you done this? Just, I think that's sort of, like, rolled on to, like, how old when I'm now.
Yeah.
Going about, you got to just be yourself on the bank,
Yeah.
haven't
Well,
you?
I think, like I said there, I think like you're cocky in one way, but I'd say it's more confidence than
Yeah, I
cockiness.
think it's,
But
I'd like to think it's more confidence.
yeah, but you're never too big-headed, which I think is massively important
Yeah.
for young anglers. That you wouldn't go up to someone. You'd think, like, some people may go, well, I'm not going up to him because I'm too good to ask somebody else. It doesn't matter who it is. Who, if they've beat you near you or even on your
they
leg,
smash
you
you.
will go up to
I'll
them
go
and
and say,
ask
"How
how
have
they've
you
done
caught?"
it.
Like, yeah, even today I've been beaten by a pound. I've had 170 pound. Alex Humes had 171. I was like, how have you caught? What have you fed? What have you done differently? And that's just what I'm like every time.
Yeah, and I think that's how then you'll just get better and better. You need to be asking. And
But yeah, getting that deal with the Match Academy, and I'm still there now. It's just like helps so much. Like, especially with living where I am, fishing is so expensive as it is. Like, going every time you go, if I go like fishing to Partridge or something, it might be like, well, it's a 2-hour drive, so what's that, 30 quid in fuel, and then it might cost you like 65 quid for a day. So then if you had to get a load of like gear and all that sort of stuff on top of it, it just helps out no end.
yeah,
Well, I suppose
your car insurance, your
Yeah,
car,
exactly.
the fuel on top
But
of it. If you then
you
have
go
to
if
buy
you,
all your
you like to do it, don't you? You can't even think about fishing making a profit. You just got to go and you think it's a sport. You got to go and enjoy it. And if you make your fuel back, it's happy days, isn't it? If you get your fuel money back.
But in terms of the products that you're getting,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's like the best stuff there is. I think it's like you got the gear you need for the job.
I think that's probably the big difference. Obviously, there's a link in with Dyer and stuff like that off the back of it. But
exactly.
how many times you see like young lads that are struggling with, like, they've got a pole with 3 top kits or something, and you see them messing about changing mixture, and like, you don't want to say that the gear is important because there's a lot of like good cheap gear about now.
Yeah.
But there's times where you see it is having an impact on them.
Oh, 100%.
Like just having enough top kits, enough rigs and everything to hand that you're not
10. Sometimes, like in festivals like this, you need like 12 short kits.
Yeah,
or 10 short kits, don't you?
at the level you're fishing
Yeah.
at, I think like Rich said there is a lot of very, very good cheaper tackle that gets people to a level. But
I think the big difference is, like, even when it comes to like elasticating poles and stuff, if you doing 10 kits and like 10-15 quid a spool of elastic, you're like, it's only when you actually go into a shop and spend it that you're like,
oh god,
this adds up. And like, if you think back to when you're like 16 or whatever and doing a paper round or anything like that, unless your parents are supporting you, you can see it's going to be.
I used to do 2 paper rounds every morning for what used to wake up at about 5 o'clock. 2 paper rounds in the morning before school, and I used to get 30 quid a week. That's not a lot of fishing tackle. Like you just said, if I had 10 top kits to
I remember going in the shop.
That'd be 5 weeks or so.
Like a tackle shop, you go in with your £12. You're like, right, what can I buy?
Yeah,
it's like a sweet shop, but you got to like ration your money and.
You got excited.
When you're
it was kind of good though,
yeah,
where you got excited about buying gear. You were like, you were planning it for weeks.
And you're like, I'm saving up for this, like, hold all. And when you get it, you're just like, it's the best thing ever.
Well, I was quite lucky in that sense because I had my paper round for so long, and then it got to a point I was into fishing, and I started going into the tackle shop, and I'd just hang around, just pester Helen Dagnall's tackle shop. I just used to pester. Oh, I'll put that on the shelf for you. Got myself a job. And that was sort of my sort of foot into it because she helped me out massively if I'd work all week there instead of doing my paper round or at the weekend. And
is that how you've got all your jobs? Because didn't you just do the same at like pole fishing? You just kept sending them blogs every week. Eventually, we'll have to give them a job.
At pole fishing, that was a bit different because they came to me. I was doing my blogs, and then they asked for me to keep sending them, sent them, and then in the end, they liked them. They were getting a lot of views. So a job came up, and they just came straight to me. Tom Scully actually called me one night and just said, "Do you want a job?" That was it.
Being serious though, having that sort of proactive approach with stuff, anyone younger anglers listening, sort of thing, just going out and doing it off your own back is probably the best way to get yourself noticed now, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got to be proactive at doing it, haven't you?
Yeah, be it blogs, be it videos, be it
Yeah,
whatever.
I think
make yourself stand out, isn't it?
I'd say in the last, since I think I started writing up on Facebook, do like my reports and stuff. I think I started like 3 or 4 years ago. I've not missed a single day's fishing, ever.
Yeah.
Whether I'm like last on the lake, like, well, not last, but this week I've been pretty low down my section this week, and I still wrote it. You got to post everything, haven't you? I think.
Yeah. But I think people appreciate that. If you just they call them, don't they, glory blogger, people see through it.
Yeah.
And people actually like to read about the bad days because everyone has them. There's not an angler that doesn't every now and then. Yeah, but Andy
Legend.
Bennett's level of a bad day is like, I'm
getting beat by a
second in
pound.
my section.
being
He's
done-
been beat by a pound today,
yeah,
which you won't be
yeah.
happy. But he'll be absolutely gutted about that. He's come second in the section. But which is a great result with the calibre
He'll
of
still
angler.
be well
but
up there in the festival, yeah.
he'll be gutted. But yeah, so moving on from that bit,
Yeah.
you obviously done really well, and you've gone to an England trial, and you've managed to get a call up for this year's under-20s England.
Yes.
So you're going to Spain.
Yeah, El Vicario in Spain. We're going in about a week from now. We leave on the 3rd of August.
Yeah.
What's the venue like? Because it's a bit it's not
Very different. It's
a river canal-y.
No,
not a
it's,
river
I think
canal.
it doesn't flow. It doesn't flow, but it's in a way
Like a
it's
reservoir.
Yes, it's a big reservoir thing, and it isn't like stupidly deep. I think it's like top 4, possibly top 5s.
Yeah.
It's just like not stupidly big floats either. It's like 4 gram, 6 gram maximum, but like smaller ones, just Gloucesters and stuff. And I think we're fishing for that's why it's sort of similar to my sort of thing. It's like a lot of carp, cats, and like Carassios. So I don't know exactly how big they are, but I've heard it's fishing well, and we could be looking for like quite a decent weight. It's like 30, 40 kilos, I think, in a 4-hour match is bagging really for a big match like that.
And who's going out with you? What's your team?
So it's Will McCranach, Josh Newman, Jack DeMant, and Jordan Holloway. So it's a really strong team. Can't wait, really. It's just super exciting. I didn't ever expect to get picked. Like, I remember going up to the trial. We went up the night before, the day before. We had a practice.
Where was it, Larford?
It was at Larford Lakes.
Yeah.
And I just thought...
On the specimen or the match lake?
It was on the match lake. And I just thought, you know what, I'll just give it a go, because I thought, why not? It's something different, innit? And I thought, I just put out, for like the week before, every night I went and, because it was all throwing. It's all throwing ground bait and sticky mag at like 11 metres.
Did they, so on the trials, do they kind of set what methods you use?
Yeah, we got like a letter and said it's all throwing. But we didn't really we didn't know exactly what it was going to be, but we just knew it was going to be throwing.
Let you interpret it as.
A little bit, yeah. So then every night, the week before, I just went out at that Lonsdale Park down the road, I pushed my barrow, and I was just throwing ground bait, just like loads of ground bait with my pole tip, and just trying to get as accurate as I could do. And then on the trial, it just sort of, well, he must have seen something in me, I suppose.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they know, don't they? They know the sort of level of fishing that you do, the matches that you already fish, and also, like you say, it's sort of your style in a way. Obviously, over in Europe,
fishing.
it's completely different.
Yeah.
But
No F1, no short kicks there, but sort of like, small fish, lots of bites.
Because it's not, on those trials, is it not necessarily who catches the most? It's kind of who they see the most potential.
Yeah, it's sort of like they're looking for the tactics. So on the day, Steve sort of said, like, I've seen Jordan and Jack fish in hot conditions. I know they can perform, so they're going to be in the team. But then there's 3 spots, and we'd all been thinking, like, well, it's open for anyone. There was, like, there's a few really good anglers that could have got in. Zach Warby would be one of them. Yeah. And it was open. Like, I thought there was no one knew who was going to get in. Like, some people say that the team's already picked beforehand, but I can 100% say that it couldn't have been, because everyone there was like, it was a fair trial. I thought, I thought it was a fair trial. Anyways, like everyone was in a line, and he was watching you all day throwing this ground bait. Just caught like some little F1s and stuff.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it was just like, read the team name out, and I was just like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
I remember
you called me like straight
I called
away,
you, didn't I?
On the way back.
I know, yeah.
You could barely talk.
Oh, I was buzzing. I remember when when I was like walking around because you had to get your passport if you got in. So Dad was sitting in the car and I said, Dad, it's bad news. You got to bring my passport over. And he just went mad. And then I rang.
Oh, you've done a proper Britain's Got Talent.
No. And then I rang Mum up and I was just like, Mum, I'm in the team. She just is in Aldi and she started crying. And then I started getting a tear in my eye. I was like, Mum, sure. But it was just like one of them moments where it's just like you just don't feel. It's like it's the best I've felt. Like getting in the team was just like you don't. It's like getting in. I've never dreamt of getting in the team.
I suppose fishing,
Possibly
like
fishing
representing your country in any whatever sport you do is almost
just
like
an honour, isn't it? Really,
Yeah.
like there's so many good anglers that in our age group, and it's just the fact that I got in and we worked hard for it. We went and we got our digs and I practiced and I set up like 2 of every rig and I had all my stuff right and everything sort of just goes to plan, I suppose. And
Yeah,
it's
just
just
when you put the effort in it.
yeah,
Tends to, doesn't it?
yeah. But no, yeah, it's crazy.
So you're travelling out next week?
Yeah, we leave on I think we're getting like a ferry. It's quite a long ferry, but no, it'll be good. We'll have all the lads. We'll have crack. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Just have a bit of chat about. Yeah, it'll be good.
Brilliant.
Excited.
Brilliant. So now that you're in that setup,
Yes.
obviously I know what you're like. You're not going to want to come out of that
No.
setup. Natural venues.
Yeah.
Are you going to be doing a bit of that? Are you still going to focus most of your time on commercials?
Yeah,
or-
well, I don't really know because I don't really plan like really far ahead in my fishing. Obviously, now I'm in that team, it's going to sway me a bit more to try and get into it. But the main thing is, it's so difficult for me to like do that sort of thing because there isn't really many really good naturals like around me. Because I know it's like 2 hours to Partridge, but there isn't really any good like rivers or canals near there. If I wanted to go, I'd have to travel like to Birmingham area or like at least
Lock Ken?
Lock Ken.
Winmaid, Silverfest?
Yeah, Lock Ken. I should probably do that, to be fair. And then I could go like maybe to the northeast. There's some good like, they're not amazing, but there is some good like venues there.
Yeah.
So I could probably get into it. It's just the struggle is it's because like you enjoy going and doing what you're doing at the moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose that's where, again, choosing where your focus is
Exactly.
almost.
It's just I'll probably try and get into more
Yeah.
natural
Well,
venues.
they've obviously, Steve, obviously seen the potential just
Yeah.
through what you do.
Yeah.
So which is fair enough, and if that's the case,
Yeah, so
potentially
hopefully,
carry on.
hopefully I will. I'm sure once I experience the buzz of when I'm there, it'll just probably just drive me even more. I'm like, right,
Yeah.
this is what I'm going
and
to be
you'll
doing.
know what the venue is for the following year, and if that requires
suits
you
you.
to, yeah,
And then you'll be like, right, I want to get in next year, so you're gonna, because there's so many anglers that just come back and they can knock you out the team. So I'm just gonna. But next year I'm going to uni, so it'll probably put a spanner in the works.
yeah. So
But-
I was going to mention that. So uni, obviously, I think I mentioned it in Andy's podcast. Uni is a bit of a period where, obviously, young anglers can be so into it before uni.
Nah, don't worry, I'm
and
sticking
then
at it.
And then it's like uni. Woo.
Oh God.
And then, yeah, you
Yeah.
sort of you don't go as often. You won't go as often while you're at uni
No.
because you're obviously, I'm not sure where you're planning on going. But
Northumbria.
What are you doing?
Northumbria. That's not too
Product design.
Yeah.
Is that with a kind
Nah,
of potentially
sort-
getting into?
I mean, it's all just everything just went like it just fitted in because I just didn't really like want to do anything else. Like
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed like biology and stuff like that, but I couldn't see myself doing a job.
yeah.
But
No, I
like
think-
product design, I just didn't like enjoy doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of a
Designing
good
the new
one.
hybrid feeder.
Yeah, just making do in it. So you
But,
just
yeah, that to be fair, that would put you if you've actually got a design degree
yeah, it's
and
good.
an angling background. If you want a job, you're in a strong
Yeah,
position.
really
Yeah.
strong
There's so
position.
many people that blag their way into angling jobs. No qualifications. Or anything.
I've got a degree.
I haven't done that bit. You've got like
I
proper
had my own
degrees.
website and everything, which was popular.
I just like started taking a picture note for the best. No. But yeah, it's what was I saying?
But no, yeah, uni.
Yeah, strong
Yeah.
qualification for like if you wanted to go down the fishing route, it's like
But no, yeah, next year I'll probably like I'm at Northumbria, so I'm only like an hour drive from my house. So if I had to just take a guess, I'll probably end up like because obviously when you go out midweek and stuff,
Yeah.
for student nights and stuff. So I'll probably have weekends free, possibly like a Sunday. So I could always just get the train home for like a tenner, and then just drive fishing.
Yeah.
give up sleep, just turn up to matches, like
Just
hungover,
like-
and you just like,
You never know. There might be a commercial right on your doorstep, and
Yeah.
you might take your gear.
There is a few like that
know,
side.
yeah.
I'm like an hour closer to like this side of the country.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I might be able to find somewhere to put my gear or something at a fishery maybe or something like that, and I can just drive along in the morning and just fish. But
Yeah, fair enough.
I'd have to
Get
see.
loads of time off anyway, don't you?
Yeah, well,
Just
you
full
do.
time it for.
The second and third year, definitely. You're in like 2 or 3
Yeah,
days.
you just have to
I
see.
was.
You just have to see. Like, I'm just gonna play it by ear. I'm not gonna like say I'm definitely gonna be doing this. I'm just sort of gonna see how it goes. I think that's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Go fishing as much as I can.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel
Right.
old now.
Yeah.
We've like spent the last 3 or 4 saying, "Oh, we're the young,
Back-
young
yeah.
in angling." Now I'm just like,
Now
oh,
I'm the younger now.
Yeah. How
Not fair.
long? 27. Yeah, it was like 6-7 years ago when I went to uni.
didn't do it.
Didn't
Just
do
dropped
it.
out. I was like, I'm gonna work in a fishing shop because that's a dream, innit? No ambition.
Oh dear.
Right. So, final thing, your goals for the future.
Goals for the future. I'd love to get into a big final. I think the struggle is it's doing the qualifiers. Like I don't have the time because of like recently I've had like exams and stuff. A lot of the big chunk of it's when the qualifiers are, so I can't really get out. But I'd probably try and do some more qualifiers. Try and get into a big final. That would be nice. England setup probably. I'd love to do well in this year's event.
Gold medal or win fisho?
Oh, gold medal.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, that'd definitely be. I mean, that'd definitely top fisher. I think.
Yeah.
Because it's gold medal, isn't it? You've always got it. It's just like
You can just walk around, turn up
Just
at
walk
every
around.
open you go to.
gold medal there.
I was just like, what's that for?
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Uh,
Someone's beat you by a pound, but don't matter.
Doesn't matter. But
to be fair, saying that, just fishing. What's the kind of, obviously now you're probably getting a bit of a name within fishing. Obviously your mates are going to know about it and everything.
Yeah.
What's the reaction?
well, I've got like 4 really close mates where we just do everything together. I've been on holidays to Magaluf recently
Yeah.
and done all the
Lads.
done all the stuff like that. But they just sort of like they know about it. They don't really say much about it. They just know that I go fishing and
Yeah,
stuff. And
not bothered.
Not really bothered about it really. Yeah, you obviously get the odd like people taking the piss and stuff, but you're always gonna get that because it's a bit like they're not used. Everyone just plays football and or
Yeah.
does all the standard stuff, which you do when you're that big. But when you do, I'd rather be good at fishing rather than terrible at football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd
Yeah,
rather just.
Jake.
I was good at
Oh,
both.
yeah. But like,
Until you play
yeah,
it.
I know
obviously
what you
people
mean,
just
but-
don't understand it. So
Yeah, and it's that point where they
Match
don't
fishing, what's
understand
that?
it.
Yeah.
So there's no point really trying to explain it anymore.
Exactly,
than
you just
if,
like,
if
I
they're
just go
like
fishing.
glazing over or they're trying to just be funny about
Yeah.
it when you're trying to explain.
Exactly.
You just
And I'm
leave
not.
it,
I
don't you?
couldn't care less. Anyways, like I'm just me. I'm just like
Yeah.
whatever.
Representing
I don't know
England,
who you
innit?
are, anyways. So just
Yeah.
bog off.
What
Yeah.
have you done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Where's
yeah.
your
like-
gold medal?
Yeah. yeah. Biting it. But no, yeah. I'd like just try and get in a final. Try and get a medal or something. Like a team medal this year would be like unbelievable.
Amazing, yeah.
And then yeah, try and do well at uni, like, and then hopefully get involved with fishing when I'm old. I think I'd like to work in the fishing industry, but if I have like a nice degree to fall back on, then I've just got the options. Like I don't really, I'm
Yeah,
not really
yeah.
like, I'm not tunnel visioned. I'm just sort of like get a degree and see what happens.
Yeah.
Because then I can sort of.
Yeah, it's kind of still keeping the fishing route
Yeah,
open
exactly,
effectively, but it's not like doing spar salt where you're
No.
just in a fisheries management
No,
course or
exactly.
something, you're
It's
like,
a bit narrowed,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, I'm kind of, yeah, it's not what you want. is it?
No. Yeah.
Why am I giving life advice? I didn't even know you did.
I know I've got a long
Don't
time
do
to
what I
go.
did.
Hey, it's
Well,
worked out
yeah,
all right.
Yeah, you're doing all right. You're doing this with me now.
Living the dream.
Yeah, man.
Brilliant.
But no, yeah, that's about it from me in terms of goals.
Great.
Leave that one there.
Yeah.